What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Arrow regarding Prometheus, who he is. So we're talking about Arrow Season 5. Sorry about the clickbaity title. Is Felicity's boyfriend Prometheus. So we have a lot of information about Prometheus before the season started, and we basically knew he was going to be in the season premiere. So the executive producer says he has a very personal grudge against Oliver, and he's going to come at him in a really interesting way. So we know it's someone from Oliver's past, most likely season 1 or season 2, or someone who has a grudge because of Oliver. So I'm going to go over the most likely people who I think Prometheus is and isn't, so to speak. So my first option is the Dark Archer, Malcolm Merlyn. I know what you're thinking, why would they use the Dark Archer again? But he has the skill set, the build, and the physique and the presence to be Prometheus, but it's not very realistic that they're going to use him again. But with Mark Guggenheimer, you can never tell. So Yeo Fei, who potentially trained Oliver Queen to use the bow and arrow, he basically trained Oliver to become an archer. He's Shado's dad, and Shado basically was killed because Oliver saved Sarah Lance instead of him, but he is dead. But due to Flashpoint, it could be anybody. So then Shado, she's also dead, but because of Flashpoint, it could be her. Her grudge could be that Oliver picked Sarah Lance instead of him, so she died because he picked Sarah Lance. So that them two, in my opinion, are very viable, as they died really early in season 1. I personally thought they should have been in the program throughout. Huntress, now that Oliver is recruiting a new team, she could be jealous upon her release from prison. She has the skill set to match Prometheus, and no one knows whether Prometheus is actually a male or female. So Tommy Merlyn, I did put a video a few months ago about him coming back to the season. It's being confirmed he's going to be in episode 100, and due to Flashpoint and there being multiple instances of a Lazarus pit, it's very viable that it could be him. But seeing as he's the main star in another show, it's not really going to be him, in my opinion. I don't think so. Don't for one second think that Olicity is over. So Detective Malone is Felicity's new boyfriend, and as soon as I seen this, I thought he could be Prometheus. But seeing as he physically looks like a dweeb, and Prometheus looks like he actually lifts, I can't see it being him. And also, everyone is jumping to the conclusion that we've seen Detective Malone giving Felicity a massage, and then it jumps to Prometheus having a badass entrance where he kills Officer Benton, who is part of Oliver's new task force to take down any kind of vigilantes who are trying to ruin the town, city even. So I can't see it being him, because that option is just ridiculous. But then again, with Mark Guggenheimer, you can never tell what they're doing, because their script writing is diabolical. But the first episode was really strong. Everyone's saying it's going to be Felicity's boyfriend. That is too obvious, in my opinion. It literally could be anybody. It could be Robert Queen from Earth 2. That option sounds ridiculous as well, but just because he's been confirmed for episode 100 does not mean he is the villain. Because Earth 2 Oliver Queen is going to be nothing like Earth 1 Oliver Queen. He's usually the opposite, so he could be evil. So he could be trying to repent some sins in the form of killing Oliver. So there's my options of who I most likely think Prometheus is going to be. Personally, I think it's going to have something to do with the book that we keep seeing in the Russian flashbacks. But these flashbacks actually make some sense, unlike many others. But literally, it could be anybody. Remember, Flashpoint does affect Arrow. So John Diggle where is John Diggle? Is John Diggle really in the army? Okay, we don't actually know what John Diggle's up to. They're just telling you that. I mean, it does sound ridiculous, but it could be John Diggle, could be Prometheus. Anybody could be Prometheus. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment down below who you think Prometheus is. And once again, sorry about the clickbaity title that I've seen all over the place, but it is a good title. Anyway, guys, peace.